I'm Gavin Clark, and I'm here with the National Museum of Computing at Bletchley Park, which is the world's largest collection of working historical computers. I'm here today with jacqui.garrad, who's director of the National Museum of Computing, and also with Thomas Cliff, who's director of TRAC. TRAC helps autistic people in the employment market through training, support, through services, and by creating opportunities. We're talking today about a collaboration between the National Museum of Computing and TRAC. Guys, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? What are you announcing today, and how are you coming together?
So from our point of view, as you mentioned there, we're supporting autistic people into work. We've been working in and around Northamptonshire and are now moving towards Milton Keynes. And what we've seen is that by supporting individuals and helping them to develop the confidence in a workplace setting, we're then able to help them access their long-term career goals. And we're delighted to be working with the National Museum of Computing. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the model that we've used successfully in Northampton, and we're going to use that at the Museum of Computing to create opportunities for people to come on a journey with us to develop their employability skills. There's going to be a range of opportunities, everything from working in the shop through to, perhaps engaging in specific projects. And what we're really going to do, and the reason we're really excited, is we're going to tailor it to everyone's individual needs. So we're going to be supporting 20 people across a 12-month period, and hopefully moving them closer to employment.
Great. And Jacqui, what will the museum bring to this?
So working with Tom and the team is for me an essential collaboration within our community of sort of volunteers, members, general visitors. We sort of capture engagement from sort of the autistic community quite a lot, but actually there's a clear sort of need that we could give more. So we could share our expertise, our facilities, our training opportunities and development. So when Tom and I got together and said, how can we make a difference? How can we create more jobs? We looked together and thought, well, actually, we've both got two fantastic venues. We've both got two teams of staff that will willing to engage, and the expertise. So we treat everybody that comes to our museum as individuals, and we'd like to develop that within this community as well.
Is there anything particular about the museum, its computing heritage, and the technology available that's going to really kind of shine through this and help this program?
Yeah, I hope people don't mind me saying this, but actually, a lot of people think that, they talk about Turing having Asperger's, and being within that neurodiverse community. But actually, I think we all are some way or another. But actually, I think our collection, our sort of materials and resources we have here most definitely would attract people and engage them into projects, as Tom says, and allow them to be individuals and find out what they like, what they enjoy, and where they're best suited, and actually help them explore the skills that they have that maybe not been able to explore before.
What do you think will come out of it at the end? What will trainees come away with at the end of the period of their experience there?
Well, Tom, I'm going to go first. So for me, I've got goosebumps already with just the thought of this. So ultimately it's employment, but it's employment within an organisation that it accepts them as an individual and tailors their workload to their skills. We're going to do this. It's absolutely going to happen. Tom, what do you think?
Yeah, I think to echo that, what we've seen, obviously we find ourselves in the midst of a pandemic, which has affected people in different ways. And what we've seen by working with people in our cafe in Northampton is that actually we meet their individual needs by, like we say, tailoring this program, because people might start off, maybe lacking some confidence or perhaps not being aware of the skill set that they've got. And what we can do by providing that supportive environment is allowing them to thrive. And we've seen it work in Northampton, and we're incredibly excited because we think the National Museum of Computing, it impacts on every part of our daily life now. Technology, the computing side of things, the museum kind of typifies everything. It's got its proud history, but actually it's all about the future as well, and the skill sets of individuals that we're going to work with. Some people might end up staying on and working at the museum. Others might work forward and go and work with some of our other partners. But actually, for them, it's a case of providing a place to engage with first of all, and then we move through the journey with them at their pace, hopefully towards paid employment. But actually every individual will have their own pathway, and I think that's what working in partnership helps us to do, because we've got two different sets of expertise, and that can only benefit the people we work with.
And you sorry, Jackie, go on.
Oh no, I was just going to sort of say as well, within the museum, we already have some volunteers on board that are within this sort of community and actually have exceptional skills, and all they needed was that opportunity to flourish and feel that they're in a safe place around safe people. And with our relaxed openings at the museum, we offer, you know, that engagement as well, where we can invite communities and families into the museum to explore, you know, and be engaged. So I think, you know, we're both doing fantastic things, and to collaborate just makes it bigger and better.
Obviously, it's a difficult time for everybody. We're not quite sure how long it's going to last. Was there anything about the timing now that you decided, first of all, I suppose, to come together and do this, but secondly, I suppose, how can you, I suppose, support this yourselves, given the tough times we're all facing?
I'd say, sorry, Tom, I know we're both very excited. So for me, we've been talking about this for 6 months or so. So it's been something we've both really wanted to do and have the passion and the drive to do it. For me, we have a few volunteers here, as I said, that haven't been able to connect with the outside world during this challenging time. One in particular has come back. He's on his second visit, so he's coming while the museum is closed. And the difference it's already making to feel, you know, alive again and connecting with just a few of us, it's huge for him. So I think doing this, you know, we've been in communication remotely, but actually to physically come in, and he's currently working on a 1960s machine, he feels great about himself again. His confidence is building.
Yeah, and again, some people will question why we're doing it now, but for me, it's the perfect opportunity. We've got that chance to support individuals, and by the two of us combining, actually, as well as combining knowledge, we've got the resources to combine as well. And what we're seeing now is people perhaps more than ever needing support and recognizing what opportunities there are available to them. And that's what this is all about. It's creating those opportunities for people, be it to come out to help reduce social isolation, right the way through to developing that confidence for employment. So, you know, people have felt really lonely during these times and isolated. And what we can do now is in the environment. Things might be slightly quieter at the moment, but actually that gives us the perfect opportunity to build these skills up, so that when things do pick up, and they will in time, that actually we've got these staff trained up, they're feeling confident, and they're really able to you know, play the role that they want to do. And that's the key thing for us. It's about people, and people might say, you know, you're starting a project at one of the most difficult times over the recent years, and I guess we are, but that's part of the challenge and part of the excitement. And I think when we started talking again recently, it was kind of, now's the time to act. People need our support, and that's what we're all about. We're all about supporting individuals to achieve their goals.
And how can sponsors get involved with this program? In what kind of ways can they get involved? What are the opportunities for them?
So we are really keen to raise the funds to deliver this project over the 12 months. And we are looking for sponsors to engage with us to sponsor these individuals throughout you know, the whole journey. But what I will say is that this is an education for the sponsors at the same time, and the development and the engagement that they will be allowed to sort of take part in is huge. So the benefits to an organisation far outweigh the financial side of things, as far as I'm concerned. You know, we want them to be part of the journey, engage, enjoy the networking events, you know, help grow and develop these trainees. And, you know, nothing comes for free, but this is a fantastic project to sponsor. There'll be lots of PR generated around this, obviously. And yeah, the package is phenomenal.
Are you looking for anything specific, like resources from partners that you particularly need or would like to have?
I'd like to work with communities or businesses that are actually looking to explore and develop their engagement within the neurodiverse community. So use us as a resource for training with the workshops that Tom will offer, train their staff, you know, train their people so they can all work as a team and understand the needs of individuals. Because actually I think people within the neurodiverse community can quite often be wasted talent, and businesses can benefit and flourish from employing them, but they just sometimes don't know how. And it's not hard. As Tom would say, it's not a nice thing to do, it's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, you've stolen my punchline there, but it's a sound business decision. You know, we've supported people into ranges of roles now, from logistics and warehouse through to graphic designers, through to retail roles. And what the feedback we get from employers every time is, this member of staff is fantastic. You know, and actually it's breaking down barriers. And like Jackie said, it's that education piece of actually, if we start the conversation, it's then looking at, right, how do we meet not only the individual needs, but help your business achieve more? And those are the results that we're seeing. So, yeah, it very much is that thing that it isn't a nice thing to do. It's a sound commercial business decision. And I think, you know, you can see through our collaboration already, we're putting our time and effort into making this work. We know the model's worked in Northampton, and it's just incredibly exciting to be working with someone such as the National Museum of Computing, because the opportunities that's going to create is going to be phenomenal.
So it really pays back in all kinds of ways for employers and sponsors. For those who are interested, but briefly, how can they get in touch with you guys?
So, you know, we would love to hear from anyone, and this message is going to go out far and wide. We will make sure our contact details are available via email or telephone. The National Museum of Computing website is absolutely fantastic, and you know, you can even go check out the virtual tour while you're on there as well. So we would love to hear from you in whatever format suits you best, really. We'll make sure all of our contact details are available at the end of this video. So yeah, the message is clear. Come and have a conversation with us, because actually it won't only help individuals, it's going to help your business as well.
That's great. Tom, Jackie, it's been great having you here, and this is a really exciting program, and I think it's going to really help a lot of people and really benefit organisations who sponsor and the business community at large. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.